Hey all you mentees, this is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and today we're going to be talking about the Rise of Ultraman trade paperback coming out in 2021, so please stay tuned. And welcome back everybody. This episode is sponsored by Marvel Comics. Thank you so much to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us all this information about this trade paperback that comes out in 2021. I've been getting a lot of questions about what exactly is the Rise of Ultraman. Is it in Marvel continuity? Is it part of the Showa era of Ultraman? Well, I'm going to start showcasing some artwork. First of all, kicking it off with this awesome cover to the trade paperback, which is the cover to the first issue, and that is by, of course, the legendary Alex Ross. And then we'll look at some of the variants that will be collected in here, as well as the internal artwork, as I talk a little bit about the plot without giving too much away. So for me, Ultraman has been a part of my life since I was 5 years old. But truth be told, Ultra 7 was my jam. I grew up in Peru, and that's the type of shows that we were watching. Yes, I realized even as a kid it was a guy inside of a suit, but who cares? As soon as he did the ray, oh man, and then Ultra 7. So pretty much what's going on here is Marvel got the talents of Kyle Higgins, who I'm sure a lot of you all know because you've heard me rave on and on about his writing. He's written Nightwing, but mostly he's the guy that put Power Rangers back in, at least in the comic book map, because, you know, he loosely based the Power Rangers comic book on the cartoon, or I'm sorry, the live action show, not cartoon. It's a similar thing that he's doing here with Ultraman. He's taking a character that came out in 1966 and updating him and changing some of his origin, which works. He's not alone, though. He is joined by Matt Broom, and together with Francesco Mana, who's the artist, they have put together this wonderful book, and I'm showing the art here. So I've read the issues. I've read the first 4 issues, actually, and man, they're awesome. It's a little bit of a slow start, but once they get the ball rolling, you get hooked. And it reminds me a lot of the stories that I grew up with watching Ultraman. So let's talk about the plot without giving any spoilers away. The story does begin in 1966, much like the show, so it's a nice little throwback to that era. However, it's not the only Easter egg. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of Easter eggs that are a lot of fun if you've watched Ultra 7 or watched the original Ultraman series. And then we fast forward to 2020, where we meet the characters of Shin Hayata and Kiki Fuji. And they've been friends for most of their lives, and together they've been trying to hunt down these kaiju, or monsters, right? Anybody that watches Godzilla or Ultraman knows exactly what a kaiju is. But in case you don't, they're just giant monsters, and they're from another dimension. There's like a multiverse, maybe, where they're coming from. Well, together, they are trying to get into the USP, and that is the United Science Patrol. And that's what they want to do. They want to study these monsters. They want to know where they're coming from because they've been obsessed with them since they were kids. One of them gets in, the other one doesn't because they keep flunking their tests. You can find out who. Now, they do come in contact with this Ultra being, this Ultra alien from another planet. Is he good? Is he evil? How do they combine? Because, I mean, the series is called Ultraman. Well, Ultra and Man are about to become one. And I know that sounds really hokey, but I had a lot of fun reading this. It was a nice throwback to my childhood of just staying up, watching these live action shows. And like I said, even as a kid, I knew there were guys in suits, but who cares? It was so fun. My friends and I would talk about it the next day in school. So this is a really fun update on this classic story. It's like this pop culture icon. I mean, Ultraman is a character that everybody knows around the world. At least I thought when I was a kid. And now Marvel is bringing his comics over, right? Because we've had manga, we've had anime, and we've had the original live action show. But this is the first time that we've had a Marvel comic with Ultraman. Now, is it in the Marvel universe? Well, when you're throwing hints at the multiverse, anything is possible, but nothing is... I'm not spoiling anything. You can find out for yourself. Also found inside of this trade paperback is going to be an article on the Ultraman creator, Eiji Tsuburaya. This will include some behind-the-scenes production shots, and of course, always a variant cover gallery. There's also going to be some concept art, script pages, and other surprises. The book is due out in March of 2021. Retails for $17.99. Let's look at some of these extras, like the variants that they're going to be collected in there. We're kicking it off with this toy variant. I love when they do these. They're awesome. We have the Oliver Koel variant here with Spider-Man on Ultraman's shoulder. That's how big Ultraman is. And then, of course, you've got the Scotty Young cover, because what is a variant cover without Scotty Young? You have the Addy Granov cover here of him fighting a kaiju. That is not Bemulard. Who is that? I cannot remember these characters' names. And here's the Ed McGuinness one. I'm not going to show them all. I just wanted to showcase some of the internal artwork as well as some of these covers. Okay, one more cover, because I love these photo variants, and this is my childhood. See? Guy in a suit. Who cares? Still awesome for the mind of a kid and a grown man like myself. So that's pretty much what this comic book is. It is literally taking this iconic character from the 60s, modernizing his story, introducing some new characters and some new supporting cast, and then just giving it its own little mythos and building on that. And hopefully there'll be a lot more. But this is the first 5 issues collected, coming out in March of 2021. And if you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live. More importantly, please, all of you, stay healthy, stay safe, and much love.